A fair die is rolled. We want to find the probability of the events given here below. Before we do this though, let's consider the sample space or the possible outcomes when rolling a fair die pictured here on the right. The die has 6 sides numbered 1 through 6, and therefore the sample space or possible outcomes would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So when considering the probability of an event, which is equal to the favorable number of outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes, the total number of outcomes will always be 6, as we see here. So for part A, we want to determine the probability that the number showing is a 5, which we can write like this. Notice how from the sample space we can see there's only one favorable outcome given here by the number 5, and therefore the probability of rolling a 5 would be 1 divided by 6, or 1/6. Probability can be expressed as a fraction, decimal, or percentage, so let's give all three forms of the probability. To convert the fraction to a decimal, we would divide 1 divided by 6. 1/6 is equal to 0.16 with the 6 repeating. So the exact form of the decimal would be 0.16 with a bar over the 6. To convert the decimal to a percentage, we multiply by 100, add a percent sign, which would give us, notice again the 6 is repeating, so we'd have 16.6 repeating percent. We can also move the decimal point to the right 2 places and add a percent sign. Next, we want to determine the probability the number showing is an even number. Even numbers are divisible by 2. So again, looking at our sample space, we have 3 favorable outcomes, the 2, 4, or 6. And therefore the probability of rolling an even number would be equal to 3/6, or 3 divided by 6, which does simplify to 1/2, which we should recognize as a decimal as 0.5, and as a percentage, 50%. And then finally, we want to determine the probability the number showing is greater than 2. We need to be a little careful here. Notice 2 is not greater than 2, so the favorable outcomes would be 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there are 4 favorable outcomes out of 6 total outcomes, and therefore the probability of the number being greater than 2 is equal to 4/6, which simplifies to 2/3. We should recognize this as 0.6 repeating, but let's go ahead and verify that. 2 divided by 3 is 0.6 repeating. So as a decimal, we would have 0.6 with a bar over the 6 showing the 6 repeats, and as a percentage, we would have 66.6 repeating percent. Notice how if we go back to the calculator just for a moment, if we multiply this by 100, it does convert the decimal to a percent. We just have to remember to add the percent sign. We also need to recognize the 6 is repeating, even though the calculator is rounding here on the far right. So here we expressed each probability as a fraction, decimal, and percentage. Just be sure if your question indicates the probability in a specific way, you do so. I hope this was helpful.